Have you ever felt like you were being watched while walking past a quiet, dark field? Tonight, we're diving into a story that has kept residents of small rural towns awake for decades. It's the legend of the pig monster, a creature said to be part human and part beast, lurking in the thickets where the light doesn't reach. Some say it's a myth, but for those who've heard the heavy breathing in the dark, it's all too real. Let's peel back the layers of this chilling tale and see what's truly hiding in the shadows. The legend dates back to the late 1950s in a small, isolated farming community. It started with whispers among the elders about a laboratory accident or a curse, but the details were always hazy. What remained consistent was the description: a massive, bipedal figure with the head of a wild boar and the hands of a man. It wasn't just an animal, it possessed a terrifying intelligence. Local folklore suggests the creature claimed the abandoned pig farm on the outskirts of town as its own, a place where the air grew cold and the birds stopped singing.
The first documented encounter happened on a humid July night. A local farmer named Elias was out checking his perimeter fence after hearing his livestock go into a frenzy. He expected a coyote or perhaps a stray dog, but what he saw froze the blood in his veins. Standing near the old oak tree was a silhouette nearly 7 feet tall. It stood on 2 legs, hunched over, with tusks that caught the moonlight. Elias described a smell like rotting vegetation and copper. Before he could raise his lantern, the creature vanished into the corn with a speed no human could match. As the weeks passed, more reports surfaced. It wasn't just sightings. Things began to go missing. Heavy iron gates were found ripped off their hinges, and sturdy wooden fences were smashed as if hit by a wrecking ball. Farmers found their cattle missing, not dragged away by a predator, but simply gone, leaving behind only large, strange hoofprints that transitioned into something resembling a barefoot human footprint. The town was gripped by a silent fever of fear. People stopped going out after sunset, and the local general store sold out of locks and ammunition in a single week. What makes the pig monster truly terrifying isn't just its appearance, but the sound it makes. Witnesses describe a high-pitched, rhythmic squealing that sounds almost like a human screaming in agony. It doesn't howl like a wolf or growl like a bear. It makes a noise that feels wrong to the human ear. One teenager, who lived near the woods, claimed he heard the creature mimicking his mother's voice, calling him from the edge of the forest. This psychological aspect of the legend suggests the creature is far more than just a mindless predator. It's a stalker that understands its prey. By the winter of 1964, the community had had enough. A group of men, armed and determined, organized a hunt to find the creature's lair. They followed the trail of destruction deep into the swampy marshlands where the old pig farm stood. The atmosphere was thick with tension. As they approached the ruins of the farmhouse, they found the walls covered in strange, primitive markings, drawings of a figure that looked like their nightmare. But as they entered the cellar, the temperature dropped significantly, and a low, guttural vibration shook the very floorboards beneath them. They weren't hunting the monster. They were walking into a trap. The search party never found the pig monster that night, but they found something perhaps even more disturbing. In the center of the cellar sat a pile of rusted trinkets, watches, jewelry, and children's toys, all items that had gone missing from the town over the last decade. It was a collection, a hoard of human mementos. Suddenly, a deafening squeal erupted from the rafters above. Panic ensued as the flashlights flickered and died. The men scrambled to get out, and while they all made it home, none of them were ever the same. They spoke of yellow eyes staring down at them with a look of pure, ancient malice. In the years following the '64 hunt, the sightings became less frequent, and the town eventually moved on. The old farm was reclaimed by nature, buried under vines and decay. However, the story didn't die. It just went underground. Modern-day hikers and urban explorers still report strange occurrences in those woods. They speak of a sudden, overwhelming sense of dread and the sound of heavy, rhythmic thumping following them just out of sight. Some have even captured grainy footage of a large, pale figure moving through the brush, suggesting that the pig monster might still be out there, waiting for the right moment to return.
Whether the pig monster is a biological anomaly, a lingering spirit of the past, or simply a tall tale fueled by the darkness of the woods, its impact on the local culture is undeniable. It serves as a grim reminder that there are parts of our world that remain wild and unexplained. It's a story passed down through generations, a warning to stay on the path and never wander too far into the trees after the sun goes down. Because once you hear that squeal in the distance, it might already be too late to turn back.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into the dark side of local folklore. Stories like these remind us that the world is much bigger and more mysterious than we often realize. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, make sure to let us know in the comments if you've ever seen something you couldn't explain. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Stay safe out there and keep your eyes on the shadows. We'll see you in the next investigation.